Hey neighbor, welcome back to ARTV. My name is John, and today I want to talk about something that I know might not be the most popular thing to talk about, because any form of criticism is taken as hate these days from the online mobs, and I can be guilty of feeling that way myself, of feeling attacked when something is said that maybe is like a corner that we're perhaps insecure about or whatever, but just know that this video is not meant to be hate. It's meant to be a thoughtful reflection on what I feel about this new era for Hayley Williams. Of course, if you're not aware somehow, Hayley Williams has gone solo for her Petals For Armor project, and it's been kind of confusing from the start. There's a timeline that we're going to go through, and I'm going to explain myself more. I encourage you to watch the entire video before you start saying exactly why she rolled it out this way or everything that's going on. I'm going to touch on those points, I promise. Just bear with me. I think my content has probably spoken for itself when it comes to me being a massive Paramore fan. I have been for 15 years now, which is wild to think about. I feel extremely old. Of course, I was excited to see that Hayley was going to be not leaving Paramore behind, but putting it in the back seat for now and giving herself a cathartic point of view to get some stuff off of her chest to do under her own name. I'm proud of the music that I have heard from her just as a fan. The two songs, I generally limit myself to 2 tracks before an album. I heard Leave It Alone and of course the lead single Simmer. I think they're both incredibly good songs. I'm very excited for the album. But overall, my fear is, I guess, for the project at large. I just feel that it's going to underperform because when you put out so much so quickly, things often kind of kill their own hype. And we're going to break down the timeline of events so that we can better understand why I feel this is happening. December 27th, Hayley Williams' 31st birthday. She reveals on Twitter that solo music is coming in 2020. Then there was some radio silence after that initial tweet, and then we started getting the teasing. And oh my god, the Petals For Armor Instagram account, it was all over that. We had the whole mosaic thing rolling out little individual pieces of the overall puzzle, and a big photo revealed some of the artwork for the era, some of the photos and everything. And then finally, after like a month of teasing almost, from December 27th until January 22nd, Simmer finally drops and premieres as the lead single. A music video of Hayley running naked through the woods is seen along with it, and I thought the entire thing was so well done. That song is easily one of my favorites of the year. It's catchy, it's breathy, it's different for her, and she has such a prowess and control over her vocals. And yes, with that being the lead single, I'm like, okay, I'll have some time to digest this. Also on January 22nd, Petals For Armor was revealed to be not the name of the project. It was of course under Hayley Williams' own name, but Petals For Armor is of course the name of the album, and it's coming out May 8th. All of that comes in one day. I'm excited. I'm ready to get my pre-order in, and I did. I got the Urban Outfitters exclusive. I'm ready for it, so I was like, okay, well, I'll have some time to sit on this for a little bit. January 27th, the Simmer Interlude official video drops, revealing a little bit more of that story. We see Hayley getting her hands dirty, so to speak, and we see the aftermath of the Simmer video, and I was like, okay, cool, a little companion piece to go along with it. What's next? January 30th. I thought we'd be waiting a little bit longer than that, but Leave It Alone drops the very next week as the second single. It has great Radiohead influences on it. I love the bass. It's clearly made with care and so carefully crafted, poignant. I love that Joey Howard really came in and helped her with this track, and Taylor York on Simmer, both of her bandmates in Paramore, are just doing fantastic things when collaborating with her. And I did think that, okay, this is a little bit quick, but at the same time, this song is so good that it's kind of hard to complain, but I just didn't even really fully have time to let Simmer sink into my entire being, and now I've got Leave It Alone in the mix too, but alright, it's 2 tracks, I can handle this, I'm an adult. Keep in mind that during this time, all of the interviews are coming out. We got the Zane Lowe interview, we've got her talking to other people, and it just feels like, okay, Hayley Williams, her name is everywhere. She was trending on YouTube. It was kind of exciting, but also it can be a lot. I know that that sounds weird to maybe say that, oh, you don't want to see her name in lights or anything like that. It's just like, I feel like our directions, our eyes are being pointed at too many different things. And then comes February 3rd. Leave It Alone Interlude. The music video actually drops. So yes, there's more to the story once again. Hayley coming out of the cocoon. It's well done, and actually I think that she's very good at acting. And that is where I stopped, because those are the first two singles and the interludes that go along with them for their music video narrative. I think that Warren Fu did a great job directing. Lindsey Burns, of course, involved, longtime friend of Hayley's, photography, makeup, everything like that. And yes, this still felt like a lot, but I was able to take it just in the sense that I was like, okay, it'll probably just be these two songs for now. The music video is a little bit extra to the story, but fast forward a few more days, February 6th. The entire damn EP, Petals For Armor 1, drops with just a few days advance warning. It underperformed, unfortunately. It didn't exactly tear up the charts, and I don't know what to point to for that, other than the fact that it kind of feels like, once again, that she pulled the rug, the hype, out from under herself by doing so much so quickly. This was done in back-to-back-to-back weeks. We have January 22nd for Simmer. Then we have January 30th for Leave It Alone. Then February 6th, the entire first EP that contains 5 songs, Cinnamon being one of them. It got a music video too. And I, of course, have not heard that. I have not heard the other songs yet, but there was an explanation given along with it as to why she was doing this, but I still, even though I get her intentions, I don't back it personally. Her idea was to give fans 5 songs in an EP format so that people could absorb the lyrics and the themes and all that good stuff. And honestly, unless this song is going to have like 40 plus songs on it, I just don't really see that being necessary. I mean, I feel like this rollout kind of started confusing people because they were like, oh, well, didn't that just come out? Or was this a surprise release? Or is this something else entirely? It all started to get a little bit twisted, and this is where things really get thick and complicated. Hayley posted a statement saying, "Hello friends, today I've released 5 songs from my upcoming album. This collection is called Petals For Armor 1. There are a lot of themes covered on the album as a whole, and I thought it best to separate some of these themes so that it can be time for everyone to digest some of these songs before we move on to others. It's a way to include people on the journey in the same way that I experienced it." I think I understand where she's coming from, and it definitely seems well-intentioned. It's not my intention to spread some sort of malicious hate towards her, because clearly I wouldn't do that. But my question is this: did Kendrick Lamar feel the need to drop a ton of songs before To Pimp a Butterfly? Did Radiohead put out multiple EPs before something as complex as OK Computer? If albums with layers like that really require some deep-seated thinking at times, if they can just drop and people can still process it, I don't see why this would be different. And that's not an insult to Hayley or saying that her songs aren't as deep as theirs or anything like that. I just am saying that, genius annotations are a thing if you're having trouble understanding what she's trying to get across or the themes or whatever, and just the album experience as a whole. I can't imagine listening to the albums that I just talked about, 2 of my favorites of all time, and saying, let's break it up into a few pieces. I mean, imagine if T-Bap stopped at these walls. Criticism is not hate, and me questioning an album rollout process is not me even slamming the music. It's saying, is this the best way for this project to succeed? Because as a fan, I want to see great music doing well. I want Petals For Armor to perform well. But the first EP, it only made it to number 79 on not even the Billboard 200, the full album chart. It got it on the top album sales currently. And that was 1 week only. Then it drops off. Number 79, and that sucks to see. I know it was just the EP, just the first little piece, and I'm sure that the album will obviously do better than that. But I just feel like this is a little bit like being stranded in a lifeboat. Like you're in the middle of the ocean, you've only got a little bit of food left, and a gang of sharks are rushing up on you. What do? Do you throw out all of the food at once, and then they get done eating it in like 5 seconds and then come right back after you? No, I think the smarter thing would be to throw a little piece out here, throw a piece out there, or else drop a single here, wait another month, put another one out. And maybe if the project is extremely long, we don't know the full track list as of recording this video here in early March, but still, it feels like the smartest thing to do if Hayley was the person in the lifeboat and the crazy stans and fans are the ones that are the gang of sharks coming after her. Give them a few pieces and then paddle away to safety and then throw a few more as you're getting away to shore. This could all just be the idea of Atlantic Records or else somebody else on her team, but I really don't feel that that's the case. I feel that this is the way that Hayley Williams wanted to do it, and it's her art, her decision. This is just my honest take on the situation, the whole album rollout process for Petals For Armor. I think it's kind of been a complete mess from the start, and I think things could have been at least spaced out a little bit more in between dropping something every single week starting in January, and you don't even have an album out till May. It's just,
Well, yes, but I'm afraid I prematurely shot my wad on what was supposed to be a dry run, if you will, so now I'm afraid I have something of a mess on my hands.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video where I broke down my thoughts on the whole Petals For Armor era. I have no doubt that it's going to be great. I think it'll be one of my favorite albums of the year, but time will tell. Are you excited? Do you kind of agree with me and think that she killed her own hype? Or is this the best album rollout of all time? Any and all thoughts are welcome in the comment section down below. There's a couple of recent videos here, including my track review for Simmer, top 15 Paramore songs here, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.